Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today we're going to have a match between Hero and C, Hero on Fighting Spirit. Top left-hand corner, the red Zerg player, it is Hero. And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is the white Terran player, it is C. Now, C is a Korean player who played for Team 8, currently playing in the amateur leagues like so many people are these days after kind of the collapse of Kespa. But basically, he got started in 2005, so he's been around for a while here. As far as I can tell, this was played closer to 2012, 2013, maybe a little bit later, so pretty darn long career. He's beat Yellow before, he's beat Nara before, he's definitely got some major wins, known as the KFT Killer, for defeating 4 of the most prominent faces of KFT in quick succession. So, like this kid a lot. He's going to be a really, really tough matchup here for Hero. Very excited to see this game and where we're going to go with it. Apparently, Masaji and Project are observing. So this is after the point where they allowed straight-up observers to come in. Instead of making you join the game as a Terran and then lifting off your command center and killing your own SCV so you could watch. Again, not really programmed with esports in mind. Brood War was not. There's a great write-up on it, actually. I'm trying to figure out where it was. Might have been Variety that had the write-up just earlier last year. And they just basically said how they did an interview. Blizzard said, so suddenly we were selling a ton of copies of our game in South Korea. We didn't know why, and it became this giant esport. And we hadn't developed it to be an esport. We hadn't programmed it to be an esport. We hadn't done anything to allow for observers or anti-cheating. And as a result, when StarCraft 2 came out, they really tried to make sure it was an esport. Warcraft 3 is actually the first best example of that, of a game that they developed entirely to be played competitively, and as a result, it really took off. Warcraft 3 is still played competitively to this day, and is a great one. So Blizzard figured it out. They knew how to do it, and then by the time StarCraft 2 came along, they definitely had it figured out. That said, Brood War still played competitively. Blizzard did a lot to improve the esports potential and capability of the game over the years, and again, one of those is just the ability to observe without having to join the game as a Terran and lifting off a command center. Alright, so nothing crazy happening, no proxies on the way, just a very, very quick barracks here. Not a very quick barracks here ahead of C, but a decently fast barracks anyway, and that pool's not quite done yet for our friend Hero, who has been featured on the channel quite a bit, and that's because I have replays for him. If you guys want to see somebody cast, and I've never cast them before, it's probably because I don't have any replays for them, but ask in the comments who you want to see. I'm getting a lot of requests for Flash versus Larva, and I'm doing my best to try to find those replays, but if they were played as part of KSL or part of GSL, I don't get those replays. I have no access to them. If you have a way to access them and you'd like to send them to me so I can cast them here, I'd love to. I'd love to do that. I'd probably be willing to pay for those Brood War games or Brood War replays right now, so hit me up on falconpaladin@gmail.com and we'll see what we can figure out. Meanwhile, macro hatch here for Hero. Extractor down, natural base done, going for a barracks here, so 2 barracks opening from C with an expand behind it here, so probably some marine pressure, some kind of bio pressure here early up, without much tank support, based on the fact he didn't go for a very quick factory, and probably not much vulture harassment either, based on that decision. Now, what are we doing? SCV is getting some good scouts off, is really not taking much damage at all to his little frame there. His little SCV suit that he wears all the time in these games. You think they go to the bathroom in those suits? I imagine they have to. I think marine suits, like officially lore-wise, do have the ability to allow the person in the suit to relieve themselves without having to take off the suit. But I don't know about SCVs. It's probably the case. There's your second gas, too. So I imagine we're going to see some Mutilis Cuirass out of Hero pretty quickly, especially considering he didn't even try to go for a third base, which is hard to do when you do have a double racks opening and Marines are getting pumped 2 at a time and they start coming to try to kill you, is go for a third base. A third base is for a Terran player who goes for 1 racks expand into a factory, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is better. I can get my hatchery down and it won't die to vultures, but it will die to Marines. Marines are much better at killing buildings than vultures are. This is such dedicated pressure right now. Academy coming in here too, likely going to start stim very, very soon. Still no sign of a factory from C at all. I mean, this is going to be Marines for quite a while, and dealing with this is probably going to require some Sunkens. If you can get Lurkers out, that'd be really nice too. It could definitely be for Lurkers, this double gas, and honestly, it'd probably be a better choice right now. Although it's a Spire. Alright, man, so Spire coming up. Where is it? Down here. Oh, this is a good thing to do. Actually, scanning here won't see it. Scanning here, won't see it, but it's right here. Ah, sneaky locations. So the Marines are not being aggressive. The Marines are kind of defensive here right now. Although if you make this many Marines, you kind of have to be aggressive with them. If you were just planning on being defensive, you just wall off and get a couple tanks and call it good. This is just screaming, I want to kill the Zerg player now. And he's going to go for it. So, congratulations here. It's going to be a difficult job against Hero. Trying to pick off one of these medics. And nope, not going to happen. Medic kept alive. Is there only one medic here? Where's your friend medic so she can heal you? Ah, Ling run by, but there was a Firebat medic combination back home, and the Ling say no. Nope. Firebats are the bane of our existence. Absolutely not. Sunken Colony's coming up to try to deal with this. And we've seen this kind of a thing take down players as good as July recently. So I like what C's doing. We'll see how Hero responds to it. It's just waiting for that Spire, man. Trying to get a Mutaflock out. He's got enough for about 8 or 9 Mutas when that Spire pops. These Lings are not going to be all that great against these dudes. Although, if you can come backside attack them as they're being pummeled by the Sunkens, you're going to have a better time. But look at these defensive units staying back home. These Lings can't do anything about it. Why did you... Maybe that was it. Maybe C's like, I can't... If I get up here to try to kill these, I'll be smashed. Lings will come behind me. It's going to be a bad time, and I might lose all my stuff. So I'm going to pull on back home. Because guess what? 9 Mutas are on the way. That's a tell. If you see Sunkens at the front and just a handful of Zerglings and nothing else when you show up at 5 minutes, that means there's Mutas on the way. And that's why you build missile turrets immediately. And in fact, there are missile turrets on the way. 3 of them, 4 of them, under construction right now. In positions that make it really hard for Mutas to just fly casually in and out and kill all of your stuff. I really like the positioning here by C. And sometimes we'll see 2 or 3 stacked in a row. And it's nice, but there we go. 2 here. Is that another? No, it's a supply depot coming up. So he's a good job with the supply depot action. But all right, flying on in. Here be the Mutalisks. We'll keep their HP up a little bit just so we can see how well they're doing and how much damage they're taking and whatnot. All right, so flying right past. Missile turrets getting some nice shots off. Marines with stim. Problematic here too. Couple SCVs going down. But really not paying for themselves yet are these Mutalisks, just kind of darting in and out, trying to pick off as many of these SCVs as possible. But no, the answer was 3. I think maybe 3 die there. The missile turrets did their jobs. Coming back in. Look at these 4 missile turrets at this natural base. No. Get out. You can kill 1 SCV in exchange for taking a ton of damage right to your Mutalisk face. None of them have died, but several of them are injured. Marines with 3 medics running on out here. They don't have any attack or armor upgrades yet, but +1 attack is on the way. Hydralisk on the way here. Oh, and Lurkers too. Okay, so Lurker aspect is on the way from Bisu. So we're going to see some Lurker play to deal with this very, very heavy biotech out of C. And, I mean, it's one factory. One factory with a machine shop. It's going to be tanks, I have to assume, at some point, but are there any on the field yet? Nope. Not yet. I really like how C is playing this, man. He's responding well to everything that Hero's trying to do. Hero's responding pretty well, too, by going for that Lurker aspect and tossing down an Evolution Chamber for upgrades, which is really, really nice. Free medic! Ooh, and a Marine. 2 for 1 there. It's a 2 for 1 aspect. We got 2 really scary groups of Marines out. +1 is almost done. Going for Vulture speed and making a couple vultures here too, just to deal with the Zerglings. Wow, the Mutas tacking on in, getting out of there before the Lurkers show up. No, this is going so poorly for army number 2. And that gets entirely wiped out. Well played by Hero. The medics are dead too, and suddenly it's 74 to 64, or 76 to 64 supply. This army can't really deal with a Lurker Mutalisk Ling combination. Right side base has been taken as a 3rd by Hero. Man, these Mutas just stabbing on in. Only 5 of them remaining. It looks like he lost some in that battle, in the center section here on Fighting Spirit, but overall, not too bad for him. He's not going to replace those either. I think these guys could probably get up here and take down this 3rd before the Lurkers show up. It'd be real, real nice, but Ling Muta, pretty good. And everyone's dead. Yeah. No upgrades on the Lings, but it doesn't matter without numbering them pretty severely. I like the Overlord Zergling spread up here to see if there are drops coming in. There are also Marines and other scouting positions, trying to make sure they can see what's coming from the Zerg player too. Vultures trying to pick off individual small groups of Zerglings Not big ones, mind you, like this. Ah! Run! Vulture speed means you can run. And you can run really, really fast. Got lurkers, got sunkens at the front door, got a Nidus Canal coming up too. Does that mean... Yep, there's your Defiler Mound. Alright, fair enough. And there's your Hive. Hive at the natural. So already at Defilers, Consume's being researched. The Vultures are trying to throw down Spider Mines and just be super duper annoying against Hero right now. We got a... Is that a drop? I don't know if it was a drop, but they snuck in here. Actually, it was a drop. Okay, so third base under a lot of attack right now. They need to get it before the lurkers show up and shut this thing down. They're going to get it. The hatch is, everyone here is going to die, but the hatch ends up falling. That's a huge, huge play for C. And all of these guys are out. But they got the hatch, and that's all that really matters. Nidus Canal coming up here. It's going to finish. And replacing the third is nice, but it's officially 2 base to 2 base right now. And C is looking really, really good. He's playing exceptionally well. I mean, this is probably on par for him, according to the write-up about him that I just read to you in Liquipedia. If you get a nickname like KFT Killer, you're okay. You're pretty good at this game. SCV coming on down. Scout stuff, maybe to go for a sneaky, sneaky third base, but Overlord says, "What are you doing in this side of the map?" "I'm just building a command center. Please don't tell anybody." And the Overlord says, I can't not report that because, well, I'm an Overlord. I don't have any free will. Fourth base on the way at the same time as the third now for Hero. Got some Spider Mine action. Picked off before it could burrow. Nice job there. And it's 171 supply. C is up. C is feeling confident. C is building a command center over here just so the Overlord can't see it, I guess. I don't know. That's a weird thing. Oh, the Mutaflies. Oh, look at this play. The Mutaflies in and says, wait, could have sworn you were going to expand over here. Oh, well, I guess not. And continues on his way while the base is really under construction. Oh, that's fantastic. That's a really great play. Nice job, C. I need to cast more of your games, buddy. I got to find more of your stuff. Irradiate on the Defiler. That is the one thing Protoss players don't have against the Defilers is the ability just to snipe them from distance and murder them. Without them being able to do anything about it at all. Can't do anything about that. They die. And it really keeps the Defiler count in check when you can do that. When you can kill them instantly. Well, virtually instantly. Not entirely instantly. But third base there. Fourth base at the bottom, or bottom left-hand corner coming in here too. 123 to 83 supply. Third base and fourth base is up now for Hero. But Spider Mines everywhere. Just kind of floating around the middle of the map as C. He doesn't want to commit to anything. He really wants to just expand a couple times. Keep himself on equal footing with the Zerg player and have that carry him to a victory. Plague on the way. Yep, Plague's coming in, working on additional factories. I have to assume for the tanks. You really want tanks if your opponent's going for this much ground stuff. And if you're Flash, tanks are really, really good as it turns out in TVZ's free science vessel. Couldn't quite save it with the Marines on the ground. Nice pick off there by the Scourge. Irradiate on another dude. Is there another dude over here? Lurker, maybe? Oh, yeah, this guy. This guy. Yep, free Lurker pickoff, too. Oh, get the Defiler. Getting the Defiler. They got the Defiler before the Dark Swarm came up. Nicely done. It was kind of instantaneous. Defiler about to die, throws down Dark Swarm. Bam. Ends up getting sniped. Charon boosters coming in here, too. For C. Transferring drones. That was a dangerous transfer, but they managed to make it work anyway. But I guess Spider Mines don't trigger on them, so I guess I thought these were Marines maybe, but nope. All the Marines are down in here. They've got +1/+1. The Vultures have +1 attack. The Zerglings are on +1 ground carapace and working on +1 attack and adrenal glands as they should. A bit of a Zerg drop over here. Dark Swarm up, trying to take down this fourth, and the Lurkers are a problem. Lings, not a problem. A lot of SCVs dying. The Lurkers need to be dealt with. How many are here? 2? There are 2 here. Is that a lift? Meanwhile, attacking on into the front door anyway is C. Lurkers getting picked out of the ground. Sunkens can't really do much in this situation. Not against stimmed 1/1 Marines with medic support. Sunken down. Lings cruising on in. Nice Dark Swarm, though. And that will force C to fall back. These Lurkers are still doing whatever they want right now. Tanks setting up to try to get this siege underway on the natural base. Guys, come on. Come on over. There we go. There is the siege. And wha-bam. Another Dark Swarm up here, but the tanks don't care much for your Dark Swarm. Oh, you do not have detection? Where'd the science vessels go? Ah, C's losing dudes. He losing dudes. Lift off here on the 4th base. 3rd base is happy, at least for C. But suddenly the tide is turning a little bit here. Still 120 to 86 supply, but Hero's supply count is increasing steadily and rapidly. Are you making science vessels? Yes, there's a science vessel on the way now, but you really need like a group of 6 of them, as Flash likes to do. So finally, didn't manage to take down these lurkers. The Dark Swarm expired. Base is back to mining normally. And Hero has not been able to expand for a little bit here just because of that pressure that's been put on by C. So he's sending up additional reinforcing tanks. Really starting to pump the tanks now. Is that, wow, plus 50 science vessel energy. Titan reactor on the way here. And another attempted drop here with Lurker Defiler. Man, the Overlords are providing some really nice spotting here. There's the unload. Oh, but Spider Mine's firing. Nope. How about over here? Too many Spider Mines, yo. Too many Spider Mines. This corner looks pretty safe. Tank setting up a bit of a contain against Hero. There's the Burrow. Plague. Plague on the guys. Dark Swarm is up, and Lurker versus Plagued SCVs are so good. So very good right now. Missile turret being set up at the front just because you can. Because why not? If you're trying to contain somebody as good as Hero is. 5th base now underway. But the 4th base is a ghost town. 4th base has been shut down. Lack of science vessels has really hurt C's ability to win this game when he wanted to win this game. Just show up, irradiate the Lurker, irradiate the Defiler, and call it good. You're done. That's it. Why are you walking back into this? Oh my gosh, no. 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 Okay, several of them die. That could have been so much worse. If there were 2 Lurkers there, all these SCVs would be dead. Stacked up on... Okay. I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon. Finally, the Lurker dies. Guess who shows up? More Lurkers! And more Defiler. Tanks. Tanks wander over. SCVs running for their lives right now. Is that a Ling that tried to come in here? That's really weird. This is really good stuff by Hero. I like it a lot. Vulture's trying to do stuff in the top right-hand corner. Actually, pretty successfully. There's really not much defense here except for some Lings that are kind of MIA right now. They don't want to respond to this at all. So this is a lot of dead drones. Finally, the Wings decide this is worth our time. Let's wipe out one of these vultures and chase the other one away. Get out of here. Go back to where you came from, ya vulture. You still alive down here, Lurker guys? Yep. 4 kills, 3 kills. Marine wanders in, gets murdered. Try to kill the Defiler. Nicely done. And there's the irradiate. So this guy gets irradiated and shot a couple times. Defiler needs to get that treatment too, but guess who's coming in? More Lings, more Lurkers dropping on in here to the 4th base. SCV transfer at, again, the worst possible time. That said, a couple Lurkers did get taken out immediately, which is really fantastic. That helped give those SCVs a chance at life. Lurkers taking more shots. The 4th base is in shambles right now. Dark Swarm coming up on top of Dark Swarm. And no, it does not stack. No, it doesn't stack. We still heading on down. Still a lot of Zerglings. Hey, look, Ultralisks have arrived with 5 armor and +2 attack. I'm liking it. I'm liking Ultra, although the tank count is pretty insane. Look at the 17 Overlords on the way from Hero. He's supply blocked, and not anymore. He's like, all right, I'm done being supply blocked forever and ever. Amen. All right, man. Tanks holding the ramp. Not looking great for them, though, as Lings and Ultras come rolling on in. Goliaths are not a great answer to this. The tanks are a pretty decent answer, but there are so many Ultralisks onto the ground. The 4th base has been under siege the entire game. That is so many dead SCVs. Holy cannoli. Oh, the micro are pretty good here too from the ultras, trying to make sure the SCVs don't just run away entirely from them. So we're 3 basing it. If you're C right now, you still have the Spider-Man army at the front. Really hard to get out from. Tank army here too. 169 to 167 supply. This might get an epic tag. This has been really incredibly back and forth so far. 3rd base and 4th base, or 4th base and 5th base gone. Trying to run up and not take Spider-Man shots or tank shots if you're ultras. Not going well. That said, if you can get right on top of these tanks, you're going to have a better time, but more tanks come running in to clear those suckers out. And these are not any tanks. These are +2 tanks. +2 tanks? +2 tanks with +1 armor. Ling's waiting for that command center to land and then hammer at it as hard as they can. These little cracklings. These little cracklings. Okay, so needs to be able to get these 5th and 4th bases back immediately, if at all possible. Running in again with ultras and lurkers. Trying to shut this thing down. Tanks sieging up. Why don't you walk on in here, guys? Ba-boom. Ba-boom. This reminds me so much of that one time I was playing a free-for-all with my buddies. And I made a ton of ultras, and I was so proud of it. And I just ran into my buddy's base because, like, I got this with the A move. And then he had about 20 tanks, and all of my ultralisks died. And that's exactly what this is. I mean, congratulations, dude. You killed some tanks, but all of your ultralisks are gone. This is not a viable strategy. You can't just A-move ultras into here. I understand the Dark Swarm is helping somewhat. Right? Helping a little bit. Some good Dark Swarm here too, again, but the splash damage, you guys. The splash damage doesn't care. The splash doesn't care about your Dark Swarm at all. Good job getting these guys back up and running, by the way. The 4th and 5th base, fantastic. Hero taking a 5th base on the right side, really trying to get that economy up. This poor Goliath is in a losing battle. It's going to take him a while to die, but he's doing no damage to the lurker, so he might as well pull out, and he does. Pulls right back. I like these overlords just hanging out. Dude, some just patrolling Valkyrie would be pretty great for C right now. He's got the tech for it, right? He's got the armory. Yes, he's got the starport with control tower because he's making science vessels, but I guess the science vessel is more important to him than Valkyrie would be. Tank count still pretty heavy. Science vessel count 3. Tres science vessels. And this base man being left alone, I really don't know why this isn't getting crushed by something. I guess C would rather make sure that his bases are protected. He's got missile turrets for shutting down drops now on the north side of this 4th base. The 5th base has a missile turret too, just for detection and for dealing with, you know, Zerg units that can fly. Herpa-derp. There's a lot of red and white on this map. It's very Christmassy. Too bad I didn't cast this during the Christmas season. Raw. Irradiated Ultralisks. Ooh, taking Spider Mines to the face, too. Irradiated Overlords, causing harm to those around them. Just not working out, man. The tank count is too high. This ground stuff? Yes, you are going to get a couple kills here, Senior Ultra. Look at these Vultures taking this guy down. Even with the 5 armor, they're not doing a whole lot of damage to him, but if there are enough... This is the first time I've seen a group of Vultures take down an Ultra with 5 armor. It was not pretty, but they made it happen. Anyways, alright, if this base died, I really think C just wins it. I honestly do. I'm trying to see why... I mean, C's aware of it. He's like 1,000,000,000% aware of it because he has this barracks floating over here. Some lurkers burrowing at the top of the ramp. Very hard to break if you're a Terran. Long distance mining from another base being taken. A 7th base? Nope, 6th base. Being taken here by Hero and has been really passive recently. This is our friend C. Come on, man. Gotta be aggressive. Here it is. Behold the aggression and behold the Overlord drops. Okay, dropping right on top of this army with a Dark Swarm too. What a nightmare for C. It's 1,000,000 cracklings and Ultralisks dropping right on top of my stuff with Dark Swarm too. Pretty good kiting is actually doing pretty well here. That Ultra taking shots and bam. Didn't matter. I say go back in. I say go back in there. There's a couple Ultras hiding in the Dark Swarm here. They're just going to radiate those guys. They're going to hold position. Some Scourge trying to get rid of the science vessels. Oh, what jukes. But 2 of them get picked off anyway. 170 to 164 supply. It's very, very close in supply right now, you guys. Exceptionally close in supply. More Lings cruising on in. The Dark Swarm play by Hero has been just fairly top-notch. Really, really top-notch. Another science vessel down. Another one down. The Scourge play has been amazing. Play getting tossed down on the tanks here. That's something we saw mentioned a lot in a previous TVZ that I cast. I believe it was Hero versus Flash. And Hero did not plague the tanks in situations he could have. Dark Swarm was not as good as Plague was. And there's a lurker down thanks to that splash. But it looks like that's something that Hero has either learned. Maybe he played this after that Jadong game. Man, that consume. It's pretty good stuff. All right, so C is seeming a little bit passive to me. He's spending his money, right? His production tab continues to be pretty awesome. But he's just not really willing to go take down any of these bases. He's repairing these tanks that are a lot of them in the red because they got plagued. Another science vessel up to replace the ones that got killed earlier. Oh man, that Defiler just consumed a lot. And bam, science vessel down. That's what happens if you don't have a good number of Goliaths, man. You gotta have that anti-air. You can't just have tanks to try to keep your stuff safe. Wow, look at the range on that tank with this barracks spotting for it. So good. I like how the barracks is here too to provide spotting and for the Scourge to try to attack if they get too close to it and then you're not controlled well enough. Man, Ultras everywhere though. Cruising on down. That's a lot of Zerg. Lot of Zerg rolling into the action. Tanks on the low ground. Or tanks on the low ground. Tanks just in general trying to get rid of these dudes. And I think they will. I think there are enough. And I think they have +3 enough too. I keep thinking there's drops on the left side of the map because there's all this red and white down there, but no, it's just Overlords that have been there forever. And a handful of Lings doing nothing for most of the match. Alright, C, inevitably, starting to push up. See that Scourge hitting the barracks? That's exactly what the intention is here. Tank setting up, I hear that triple consume, and there are the Goliaths chasing away the Scourge. Here are the Lings to try to get rid of the Goliaths. And yeah, that works. That definitely will work for you. Man, but so many Zerglings just getting massacred by these tanks. 6 kills, 10 kills, 8 kills, 9 kills, 3 kills, 1 kill, 6 kills. These guys are new. They're not going to have any. They are the rookies on the force. 184 to 155 supply. Tank on this low position is so good. You can pick off extractors. You can pick off drones with it too. I mean, the income is looking good here for Hero. He's got the income that he wants. Losing this base would be a minor disaster for him. Without a doubt. I love this random missile turret placement by C along the right side too. Might as well do it, man. Might as well set up the missile turrets and actually try to creep up this left side. Maybe take this base for his own. Is that a lurker burrowed in? That's a lurker burrowed in on the high ground. That he's been doing some overlapping Dark Swarm, and I guess maybe that's so that if one Dark Swarm wears off, there's not a window where there's just no Dark Swarm, but still it's kind of a waste as the Dark Swarm does not stack. There's another Dark Swarm on this ramp. So much Dark Swarm. What is... Oh, this Hydralisk is trying to pick off that barracks. It'll take you a while, Mr. Hydralisk. You have no attack upgrades at all. And the barracks has 1,000 HP. Are you seriously going to try to take this base? I like it. I really like that you're going to. C's trying to take it. I think this Ling Ultralisk army. Where are you guys going to flank on in here? Gonna maybe go for a bit of a flank attack on this? Just that's so many tanks, though. Is it enough tanks is the question. Maybe not. No vultures in here either. That's a bit of a mistake from C. Rolling in. There's a barracks. There are spider mines, though. Did they get picked? I don't know if they got picked off or not, but they are all dead. They took down the bunker, which is nice, and one of the Marines, which is good, but more of a moral victory than an actual victory. Actually, that was a discussion that was being held on a podcast I was listening to the other day. What's a moral victory? And to me, a moral victory is when you lose, but you perform well, like better than expected, right? So if you're in, right, you're playing against Flash, and you're not Jadong or Bisu. Oh, look, Hero has invoked the Queen Curse. The Queen Curse. Every Zerg player I've seen use Queens to spawn broodlings on tanks in a TVT has lost the game. Hero can break it now. He can break the curse right now if he wants to. That was a pretty good attack. But yeah, I mean, say you're playing against Flash and you don't beat him, but you take him to like 45 minutes, and all Flash has left is like one base when he kills you. That's a moral victory. It's not a victory, but it's a moral victory, where you play better than people ever thought you would. And it's kind of awesome. So base does get sniped down here on the right side. Hero loses that one. Here comes the Zerg Swarm, though. Cruising right on through the middle of the map here. We got Lings jumping on stuff. We got tanks jumping on stuff. Where are the Vultures? Here are the Vultures, but they're out of position. Tanks murdering themselves right now. This is so many Lings. What? Hero just going for the Ling A move right now. And suddenly, this main base and the natural base of C are under intense fire. Is there anything to stop this from happening? Okay, so he's going to go irradiate the science vessel and try to kill these Lings that way as best as he can. It works pretty well against... Ooh, that's very, very nice, actually. That's really, really nice play. Did he do it? Oh my gosh, he saved his main. He saved his main with the irradiated science vessel trick. That's pretty good stuff. This base on the left side is still alive from C2. Why do I feel like that was kind of a last hurrah for Hero? He's at 122 supply. Ultras and Lings are cruising on in. Ultras just taking tank fire so fast and so hard. This base is up and running. C happily on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. We got more Lings and Ultras running in here, but that's a ramp and that's a choke. No Dark Swarm happening here at all. Are there tanks on the low ground? Yes, there are. And there's a Goliath here to help as well. More Lings getting spawned. Just nothing but Ling and Ultra getting tossed at the Terran player right now. It's 3-3. Fully upgraded Cracklings, fully upgraded Ultras, just going for it. The SCVs are here to kind of try to keep this tank alive a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. Cruising on down the ramp now are the Ultralisks with the Lings. And yeah, this 6th base celebratorily just got constructed and is now completely dead. Oh my goodness. Okay, so base for a base here. Lost the 6th in exchange for the 5th. 6th is still alive for Hero. This game, you guys, I just think it's getting an epic tag. This is amazing, Brood War. Although, based on the view counts on my videos, it really matters more how long the game is than if it gets an epic tag or not. Or who the players are, necessarily. Oh, here we go again. Here's the play. Holy smokes. I cannot believe he's doing this, and it seems to be working. And the friendly fire hurting that tank very nicely. I like it. I mean, you don't need to do mass queen, but like 4 queens, right? Look at him trying to take this middle base, too. Who do you think you are? See? Flash can take this middle base. I don't know if you're capable of it, but we'll see. If you do, I'm going to be extremely impressed. Ling's cruising in. They're just... The Vulture count is not high enough. The Spider-Mine count is just not high enough to deal with these Lings. 6 tanks in production at a time. What an intense situation this is for both of these players. Scourge trying to see, where are your science vessels? You're not running with science vessels? Alright. That's cool, I guess. Landing this, I think, would be okay. I really do. Here we go. Here are the science vessels, but they're hiding from the Scourge. Here we come, Scourge. Trying to retake that base on the right side, but no. Irradiating the Lurker immediately. Irradiating the Defiler immediately. Scourge get a couple science vessels, but a lot of them die in the process as well. Alright, so that ramp is clear. Right? There's nothing here. Stop blocking the ramp, you dumb Goliath that we can't even see because there's double Dark Swarm on top of you. Alright, so the hatch is dead. There's no saving the hatch. Where the heck is the units? Here they are. Here are the units for Hero, but losing that base again is such a major problem right now for Hero. Alright, so we're setting up with Ling Ultra, Queen. They're regenerating their health right now. They'll get there eventually, I suppose. But, is he going to land this ever? It keeps making me feel like he has, but he has not. Dude, if Hero hurts this thing enough to turn it into an infested command center and then makes infested Terrans, I will leap for joy. I will leap from this chair in happiness. But, I mean, I think it's just going to die is what's going to happen here. There's really... Lift it. Okay, so there's the lift. Where are the queens? Where are the queens? That is a prime target. All right. Meanwhile, major battle here. Lings on top of the tanks. Dark Swarm on top of the tanks. Defensive Matrix on top of one of the tanks. Are there enough tanks back here? Enough Goliaths back here? Enough Irradiates back here to where the Irradiated Ultras are actually harming and killing the Zerglings? And yes, that's exactly what we are seeing there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. This is it. There are queens right here. There's a command center right here. It was undefended for a minute too. That would have been so perfect. Look at this Ultra cruising on through. Nope, he did. Now 6th base is back. Ultras are back along the left side. Pow, 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 pow. Oh, all right. So these tanks are doing pretty well defending. SCVs running for their lives. Queens coming in. Oh, get it. Get it. Oh, no. It's too repaired. Oh, he got it. Holy crap, he did it. He infested the command center. Dude, make infested Terrans. Do it. Do it. Make infested Terrans. Ah! It happened. It happened. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, there's stuff happening up here. Tanks versus Goliath versus Lings versus Irradiated Ultralisk. Bam, Terran getting wiped out. 132 to 97 supply right now. This game is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Bananas. Lings trying to do what they can against the Ultras. I mean, against the tanks, but more tanks keep showing up. Left and right here. 14 Lings in production. Hero can only afford to make Lings. It's 140 to 103 supply. Lings cruising across the right side here, getting massacred on that ramp. They're fast, but not fast enough. Dude, come on. Ya know you want to. That is the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail right there. I'm sorry it's a spoiler, but you deserve to know that a command center was infested in a game of Brood War at a professional level. Amazing. Scourge trying to find those science. They found them. Wow. What a shellacking. What an absolute shellacking that was. I guess maybe the problem is infested Terrans are expensive and they're ground Scourge. They're really good. Is this Ultralisk? There's another Ultra at the 6th base of C. This game has so much action and so much back and forth right now. I don't know what to tell you guys. 4 kills, 6 kills. Oh, we tried to drop down here, but another tank was covering that one. It's kind of like, well, it's like those snipers in the Batman Arkham games where they cover each other. If you go take one out, you're going to get shot by another one that was watching his buddy's back, that kind of thing. All right. Queen's coming in. Where are my tanks? They say. Don't really need them, I guess. Okay, science. Or some missile turret. Getting rid of those guys. This game. I know I keep saying it, but I really think C has this in the bag. He's got too many bases. He's taking this right base side base too. That's 5th base. That was C's at one point. That said, the 6th base of C is going to die again for the 3rd or 4th time. It is just Groundhog Day is what it is. Groundhog Day 4 days. Pretty good setup here with the SCVs blocking for the vultures and the tanks. Nice work. Do it. Do it, 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 do it. Come on. Make infested Terrans. I will be so pleased as punch. Wait! No! Don't kill our friend! Wait, is he doing it? He's doing it! No! No! So close! For that, C, I hope you lose. I'm rooting against you right now. I mean, Lings are doing stuff, but not a lot at the 6th. The 6th is alive, mind you. I don't know how it's alive, but it's somehow alive. I can't. We were so close. We were so close. It's even worse that Hero started making an infested Terran when it died. Hero wants this base back, everyone. He's not gonna get it. I mean, it's worth a shot. And there's your GG. Hero failed to take that base back. And at 39 minutes and 18 seconds, that's your win. That's your win for C. C, come on, man. You had that game in the bag. It was in the bag. and you killed the infested command center. Would an infested Terran really have made you lose this game? No. But we could have seen one in competitive play for the first time ever on this channel. Ever on this channel. Look at the missile coming out of that. I mean, missile turret, right? Is for missiles. Oh, yep, that's getting an epic tag. That is unquestionably one of the best CVTs I've ever seen played. And the curse is intact. Any Zerg that makes queens to deal with tanks using spawn broodlings loses. That's it. It's just not a good use of your resources. It's so much energy to just take out one tank of the like 15 that are on the ground. And then your queen's useless at that point and can't do anything. So, yeah, I mean, it just felt like Hero got tired at the end there. Didn't really want to bother with Plague or Dark Swarm and just started throwing units at his enemy like Larva does. Didn't work out. Seize Control was great. Seize Control was amazing. Seize used tanks exceptionally well. He lost so many tanks, you guys. I don't think any of the tanks on the map right now are older than like 3 minutes. I really don't. This was a bloodbath of epic proportions. And C's your winner. So I really got to find more of this stuff now. More of this guy's stuff now. All right, let's check out the final score, as we like to do. And by Hero produced 1,235 units. Lost 1,047 of them. I mean, 693 units produced by C is no joke either. Right? As a Terran player, that's pretty fantastic. Structures raised 24 by Hero, 13 by C. And resources, pretty darn close, man. Hero mined more gas and spent a little bit more. But if you're playing as a Zerg player against Terran or Protoss, you got to spend a lot more to win. That's what it is. Spend more because you're going to have a unit tab that looks like this. Or you're going to be throwing units at them piecemeal and have them massacred. You just got to have more to throw is the idea. So great job by C. And I got to find more of his stuff. That's where we are with this now at the end of this cast. Is we got to cast more C. All right. Well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.